Let me tell you something. Applying a Band-Aid to your pecker is one of those life experiences that changes you. How welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Dunc and Hyde, Jay Reeve. Caution, there is some swearing if you're new to this podcast. It's a big old potty today.
Quite a bit, actually.
Geez, we've got a bit to get through. This is just a super fun episode, and I think you're going to have some... there's two of the best as far as the war stories go, for starters.
Yep. The lady with the rose tattoo and the Black & Decker PECKER, which Rog alluded to yesterday.
Jay also becomes an older person commenting on young people's fashion, and then also tries to pitch a case for exploding cell phones to bait kids blow their hands up. I mean, out of context, it sounds a bit too hectic, but I mean, there is a little bit of context there. It's still pretty fucked up, if I'm being honest.
Tell me I'm wrong, though. Have a listen. Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
We asked a great sandwich, a sandwich crime or a sandwich genius. Also as well, first up, we've got to make a rather large draw. Also as well, once again, if you're not Sniper Elite, you can become Sniper Elite. Unlocks 250 extra episodes, ad-free, and then you get to get amongst some pretty epic prizes like we're about to do.
Just when you thought the internet and world was just a bit shit, you guys show up. Huzzah!
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 Hopefully, we're about to call you. If you are Sniper Elite, you've signed up either at the start or even in the last week or so, and you're like, man, I wouldn't mind joining the boys in Auckland City for the big dance, which is the Rock 2000, the end of our annual massive countdown. We are prepared to fly whoever we call next anywhere.
From anywhere in the world.
Yeah, like if you're... in Alaska, cool.
Yeah.
That'll cost us a bit more, but we doing it.
Yeah. So the first winner we called last week, Sammy Francis from Bedfordshire in the UK. And like we said, we pull a name from the keywords that have been sent here, and we could be calling you. I fucking really want somebody from Greenland that can tell me about the iceberg that flipped upside down.
You got a weird obsession with that.
Yeah.
I hope they answer for starters, and I hope they're just happy to be here on the phone with us. So best luck for the draw. Return flights, mate, to Auckland City, New Zealand in about 5 weeks' time. Accommodation at Sky City, right in the mixer, downtown Auckland City. 2 tickets to the sold-out Rock 2000 live event. Obviously, we'll hang out with you throughout the weekend. $1,000 spending your money as well. Let's go.
Oh, international.
Hello?
Yeah, g'day, who's this?
That's Lewis.
Lewis, Jane Dunc from Not For Radio podcast. How are?
Oh, how are, boy?
Not too shabby. Hey, I'm detecting an accent, and I don't want to go fucking throwing it out there early, but you're either... What part of the world are you currently in?
I'm in Australia, mate, Newcastle.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, mate, I'm glad you answered. Do you know why we're calling?
Oh, I have a fair idea, and I am bloody shocked.
Yeah!
Please.
Mate, you're coming to New Zealand for the Rock 2000 final day for the time of your
you
fucking...
little beauty. Oh, what legend.
Mate, yeah, we're lining up, mate. 26th of September, you'll be. We'll fly you over. You can take a mate with you as well, and then 4 nights accommodation. I think we got you lined up. We can be flexible on flights if you want to stay longer. Obviously, the countdown is a huge day for us here, and yeah, I don't know. Have you got a little bit of room in your itinerary to fucking send it?
Guys, oh, mate, I'll have to ship this one past the missus, and that should be sweet.
So I'm taking it from that you're not going to bring the missus?
Oh, mate, we'll have to see. We've got a couple of young kids, got things to work out, but yeah.
Oh, man, these are all good problems to have.
Yeah,
A, you're fertile.
Yeah.
B, you got
mate,
a free
tell you,
trip.
once in a lifetime, yeah.
How young are
thanks,
your kids,
Lee.
man? Because I've been there recently, and I know
You're still there.
7 and 4.
7 and 4.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you're basically out of the weeds.
Yeah, nah, sweet as, mate.
Yeah.
So
That's
tell
it.
us.
They can look after themselves,
Yeah,
basically.
fucking iPad, that'll be sweet. Tell us about yourself, Newcastle. What do you do for a crust, and how did you find the podcast?
Mate, I'm in structural steel, just operating, and I've been listening to you boys for about 4 years, 3 or 4 years now,
Oh, you beauty.
from the get-go. Yeah.
Fucking early
So,
top brass.
yeah, just young family kicking on, and yeah.
And so
enjoying life.
are you born and bred in Newcastle, or you moved into the area for work?
Born and bred in Newcastle.
Sick.
Yeah. I've travelled a little bit, but yeah, I'd love to go back to New Zealand. Went there back when I was about 16. Yeah. Now that I'm an adult, it'd be much better.
Well, bloody will be, mate. It's honestly one of our favourite days of the year. And
I can't wait to enjoy that Rock 2000, mate.
It's so loose.
Yeah, you're not.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is fucking mind blowing. Like, even because I haven't been at the Rock as long as Dunc. Dunc's been there 15, 16 years now or something. And so when I first joined the team, I could not believe it. I'd always heard the countdown. I'd never been to the countdown final day, and it just ramps and ramps and ramps and ramps, and you're literally going to be in the eye of the storm for the entire time you're here. Literally, you will be right in the mixer the entire time. And we'll be catching up. We'll take you out, lunches, dinners, breakfasts, full sends, early mornings, late nights, you name it, mate. We've got a lock, stock, the fucking lot. Stamp every single square in the bingo card, mate. We're on.
Oh, sounds good. Can't wait, man. I'm a bit shocked at the moment, but yeah.
Mate, we had that last week with Sam in Bedfordshire in the UK. He was like, what the hell?
He was doing a full Rain Man.
Rushing through my mind.
Random question, and it's probably going to be a no because you're Australian, but do you follow rugby union?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
My family does, and a lot of my mates do. But I haven't kicked on into that.
No, the only reason I asked is the ABs are playing the following night, and there's still some tickets available for the Australia All Blacks game at Eden Park, which could be a great night two option for you.
Mate, if I take my little brother, who I was thinking I might be taking, he'll be dead set keen for that.
Yeah!
Yeah, he's done a couple of ACLs in rugby, so yeah, he's keen.
Just a spectator now.
Yeah. Terrible with a fend. Loves to lead with the legs. Good man.
Oh, mate, Lewis, mate, our absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
It's going to be
well
great.
Done, mate. Well done.
And
thanks
just
for the
around
support.
the corner. What, 5 weeks away?
Yeah, thanks again for the support, mate. Like, obviously, this is the whole reason why we wanted to do the Sniper Elite and get people in there so that we could actually fund these things or co-fund these sort of missions. So, yeah, I was wondering, because Australians, they travel well. You could have been fucking anywhere on the planet. That was concerning. I was like, oh, geez, we're going to blow some chips on this one.
You can send up the saving money onto me anyway. All that money you've saved.
It's just so much. I'm glad we called you.
Yeah, we had none to start with, so this is actually quite good. Mate, congratulations. We'll get Showboss Teagues to finalise all the details and lock you in, and then I guess the toughest decision for you is who you're going to take, and then if it's not the missus, how you're going to pitch that.
Ooh, please record that and send us the memo.
Yeah, I would start with hey, I've got a babysitter coming for 2 days. You and a friend are going to go and get spa treatment for the day, and fucking thanks, mate. See you later. I'll be back in 4.
I reckon we can sort something like that out.
Mate, I'm sure you will. Well, great winner, man.
Yeah,
have a fantastic weekend.
Look forward to catching up.
We might give you a buzz close to the time just to figure out if you did end up locking in your younger brother and stuff. But yeah, epic, bro. I'm super pumped we could make the phone call to you and get you over here. It's going to be awesome.
All right, that sounds awesome, man. I can't wait. I appreciate everything. You guys rock everything.
Beauty.
Mate, this is awesome. The team's locked in. Yeah. It's been announced. It's on paper. It's time to go on tour.
Yeah.
Good shit, mate. Rightio, we'll grab you. We'll grab all your details and we'll sort it out, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, you legends. Thanks, everyone.
Go well, mate. Have a great weekend.
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
It's what we do, man. It's what we do. Basically go to war every day in podcast format, which is way less stressful.
Well, this war story is actually from Mike the Sniper.
You can fucking wait, mate. I'm going first today. We've already teased this yesterday with Rog.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Welcome to the Black & Decker PECKER Wrecker. This from Charles in the United States. So a few years back, I had this glorious ATV accident, the kind where you're not sure if you're going to walk it off or wake up in a body cast. I managed to rip a tendon in my wrist so bad it had to be surgically reattached, a full bionic upgrade. Afterward, I got this massive white splint that ran from my knuckles to my elbow. Looked like my arm was being prepped for a space launch. I just spat. Now I'm a big-time white-tailed deer hunter. I live for it. No way in hell was I going to let a shredded wrist keep me out of the woods. But here's the problem. This big white splint made me look like a lost stormtrooper, not exactly peak camo. So, naturally, I had this genius idea. Camo duct tape. Boom. Problem solved. I was going to be invisible, at least from the elbow down. Now, I wasn't supposed to take the splint off except to wash it, and I wasn't supposed to rotate my wrist at all, or the tendon might rip off the bone again, which is great advice. But you tried taping a medical device one-handed. I was sitting there with my busted dominant hand in my lap, using my left hand like a raccoon on Benadryl, wrapping this thing up like a mummy who loves tree stand fashion. The camo job came out a chef's kiss. Mwah.
Tree stand fashion is such a fucking great call. Tree stands for those, predominantly for people in the States that hunt white-tailed deer. They put like a platform up in a tree which they stand in all day, and it's generally along a game trail that's fairly relatively well walked, but they'll be there in camo up on a tree stand. So
The best.
fucking awesome. Pretty tricky place to get down if you're up there for a long time.
Way more conducive to sinking tins.
Well, not that I would do that when I'm hunting, but yeah.
I mean, if you're not hunting and you're watching, and say Jay has a gun and I don't, about 30 minutes later, my arm feels like it's in a fucking microwave. Turns out those little vent holes in the original splint, I taped right over them. It was less hunting gear and more steamed ham. So, what should I do? Another genius moment. I know, I'll drill some ear holes. Just bust out a 5x16 drill bit and let the air breathe a little. I set the splint back in my lap. Same process, bad hand stabilizing, left hand drilling. Quick note, I'm right-handed, so I'm now trying to perform orthopedic surgery with my dumb hand. Everything's going great until I get to the part of the splint near my groin. Also, important detail, I was off work, lounging in nothing but a t-shirt and boxers like a retired Florida man. Then it happens. The drill slips, and in one glorious, horrible moment, the bit plunges through the splint, straight into my junk. My tallywhacker, the general, the captain, the old meat commander got caught up in my boxes and wrapped around the drill bit.
Have you seen, when you put like a drill into anything, it just twists the skin up?
Oh. And my nutsack came with it.
Fuck, it's a lot of
sweating.
That is a lot of loose skin to be wrapped around a fucking drill bit.
That's right, guys. My manhood just got sucked into a Black & Decker vortex. I screamed like a toddler in a haunted house. My whole body locked up. I was paralyzed with pain and holding this spinning torture device, absolutely helpless. I couldn't move my hand to let go or reverse it because, remember, it's my non-dominant hand. I'm staring down, watching my hopes and dreams swirl around this drill bit like a doomed soft serve.
Just imagine like spaghetti getting twirled on a fork.
I'm trying to hit the reverse button with my left hand, but the button goes right to left and my hand's more useless than a wet tortilla. I'm convinced I've become the first man to perform a DIY circumcision and vasectomy at the same time. Eventually, I somehow managed to cradle the drill between my knees and with Olympic-level groin strength, flick the direction button and I reverse it. I unravel the drill like I'm defusing a bomb covered in hair and regret. Just as I finally peel myself off this devil tool, my wife walks drawn by the screams of a grown man becoming a soprano. The look on her face was somewhere between horror, pity, and fuck, I married this.
I know that look well. It's a certain level of disappointment that can't actually be articulated. It's only a look.
This normally goes along with a big exhale as well. I drop my boxes to inspect the damage, and miracle of miracles, everything is mostly intact, except for a perfect little chunk of skin, the exact size and shape of the drill flute, missing from the undercarriage of my pork sword. Couple of matching pieces on my sack too. Look like someone used a melon baller on me. Let me tell you something. Applying a Band-Aid to your pecker is one of those life experiences that changes you.
It would bleed like fuck as well, eh?
Oh, jeez. I smeared on some antibiotic ointment and wrapped it up like a hostage. It healed okay, but for 2 weeks, every time I got an erection, it felt like my junk was auditioning for Hell's Kitchen. Shit. And in case you're wondering, yes, it was a Black & Decker drill, or as we now call it in my house, the Black & Decker Pecker-Wrecker. Yes! Fuck. That is one of the greats. That is what it's all about.
I think...
Good on you, Charles.
I mean, Charles, definitely not in charge, would be... If we were to have some takeaways from that, and there was a lot to take away from that, I just think any form of power tool usage where it's in proximity, like it shouldn't, it's one of those things that just, power tools shouldn't work within like a foot of your dick. You know, like so that they just
you
cut
know how
off.
I'm always banging on about getting a chip in your arm because it'd be easier to pay for beers? Get one in your dick so you can keep power tools away from a chip dick.
Yeah. Blenders, vacuum cleaners. As soon as you go to put it on the end for the old, it just fucking cuts out.
Just keep it away from blenders and vacuum cleaners. Fuck, what's wrong with you, mate? Pull your head in.
It's an urban myth about a bloke who was convinced by his workmates that they're like, have you had, what's the fucking name of those little, the vacuum cleaners got the little faces on them? Is it a Kirby?
Henry?
Yeah, Henry's, yeah. Have you had a Henry before? And it was basically... where you just fucking take it from zero to hero with the fucking thing with it just fucking rattling away inside the end
That's
of it.
Officer Doofy.
Is that what he did?
I told you not to disturb me when I'm cleaning my room.
Oh, yeah.
I had the exact one you're talking about.
So, so instead of the Henry, he had something that was different. And so...
Don't say it's one of those Kirby's from back in the day, was it?
No, but the difference was that within the actual fucking nozzle of this thing. No. So in the nozzle of this thing was like a fucking vacuum powered impeller, because so it would fucking chop
put it in a leaf blower sucker.
Yeah, well, it's one of those fucking kind of one of those things. Anyway, fucking sucked it in and just trimmed the end of his dick off. Fucking play silly games, win silly prizes. Idiot.
You're listening to Jay and Dunc on Not For Radio.
Still something.
Beauty.
Oh, you're beauty.
You're beauty.
This one here from Lulu Watts.
Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback some of the paranormal chats we've had on recent podcasts, and saying that kids are receptive to it.
Was it on here yesterday? I don't know, because my brain's a scrambled fucking mess. Was it on here yesterday that we talked about the prick brother who... I know it was on the show. This guy's brother recorded... Fuck, you can tell the story. It was your yarn.
Yeah, no, it was a text that came in. So it was Psycho siblings, and their older brother had a tape player back in the day and recorded like an hour of silence on it and then made ghost sounds. And then he had it in his brother's bedroom like every night.
So fucking...
It's like an hour and he's just getting to sleep, and then the ghost would start making noise again. And then so basically this dude's whole childhood was spent sleeping on his parents' bedroom floor, on the floor of the parents' bedroom.
What a fucking asshole, but that's very well done. So this from Lulu. So talking about ghosts and kids that have the gift, in inverted commas, I'm going to tell you about my heebie-jeebie son called George, because that's his fucking name. Anywho, he is known as an indigo child, if you believe all of that. What's an indigo child?
Indigo children are children who sort of have an ability, not necessarily talking with paranormal, but like psychic children, basically any children who have some connection.
Like
outside.
the blonde guy, like Tyler the Medium.
Yeah. So basically, like some people call it supernatural abilities.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So if you believe all of that, turns out, Lulu, we fucking do. After shitting the life out of me on more than one occasion with his ability to converse with the non-living and his fucking scary as bollocks predictions, he used to be heard talking away to himself, as kids do, when he was playing in his bedroom. I'm sticking with this because he's a cockwomble because his cockwomble of a dad used to Used to and still does, as far as I'm aware. Yep, no longer with that fucking twunt mumbles and gabbles to himself, sober or pissed up. Incoherently most of the time, but it was always amusing when he used to argue with themselves and shout.
This is a
Shout
side
but
quest
quiet.
on how shit her ex-husband is.
Yeah. Sorry, I digress. So one day, a friend popped around with her mum who was visiting from Spain, and unbeknownst to me, was actually a clairvoyant. So George latched onto her instantaneously and sat on her lap the whole time she was visiting. When they were leaving, she said to George that there's a little girl that keeps appearing in her room, but she's dressed in funny clothes. And by this, she's a girl of about the same age, around 4 years old, and she's from a Victorian era. I've asked her to leave as she keeps disturbing George when he wants to play with his trucks. Well, from that day, no Victorian girl appeared. The second spookiest, so basically the clairvoyant fucking sorted it out.
Yeah, okay.
The second spooky as fuck thing was while we were on a plane waiting to take off for our trip to Disney in France. We were slightly delayed, as standard in the UK, and George kept tapping me on the arm, saying, Mummy, I need to tell you something. He said not that quietly. I asked him what it was, and he said rather loudly, "Plane crash, Mummy. The plane is going to crash."
Oh, no thanks. What are you doing in this situation? Are you getting off?
Oh, fuck yes.
If your kid just randomly starts saying this plane's going to crash, you have to get off.
Yeah. Clearly,
tough negotiating with the kid on their way to Disneyland. Shit.
Clearly heads turned, and I tried to reassure him that we would be fine. For the next 10 minutes, he was becoming more and more agitated and kept tapping me and saying the same fucking thing. "Plane crash, Mummy. Plane crash. Plane crash." Fast forward, we finally head up the runway to start our climb to 35,000 feet. Finally, we're up, and fuck me, did the plane do a fucking nosedive. Oxygen masks fell out. We were thrown forward and hearing over the intercom, brace, 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 heads down.
Oh, shit!
Fuck. The panic seemed to go on and on forever in slow motion. Discmans and headphones were fucking flying down the aisles, under the seats, drinks, etc. My head got wedged under the seat in front with a quiet George face down on the floor with my left arm holding onto him for dear life. The plane managed an emergency landing, and whilst everyone was in a state of shock and de-wedging my head from under the seat as well as de-wedging my thong, I'm sure that was the reason that the tears were stinging my eyes. The little bollocks of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed fuckstick looked me straight in my eyes, put a hand on my cheek and said, "See, Mummy, I told you the plane crash. I wasn't being naughty."
Oh my!
And the last one,
another one.
And-
That is so hectic. Like, what is the percentage of planes that get into the air?
fuck all.
It'd be like 0.01% of
Yeah.
planes that take off that run into that issue.
Yeah. So the last one for now, go forward a few months to New Year's Eve. My sister and her partner had agreed to babysit, and myself and Titwunt, I call him that because that's his fucking name since the divorce. Anywho,
Not a good divorce, eh? This one.
we're excited for the New Year's Eve celebrations and the chance of a lay-in the following morning with no bananas and pajamas on fucking replay. Well, fuck me. That fucking child, he's got a gift. New Year's Day, hanging like a sheep rustler from a rope back in the day of cowboys and all that malarkey. The mobile phone rings not once, but 3 times. Fuck. Something's up. Answering the phone, my sister says, "You need to come and get George. He's been freaking out since you dropped him off last night, and he's been sitting at the front door in his coat with his backpack on. He just keeps saying, 'I need to go. I don't like this house. It's not nice.' Yep, a converted house into 2 flats dating back over 100 years. However, this, my fellow snipers and sniperettes, was not the reason my sister said I had to pick him up. Fast forward an hour, me still looking like death warmed up with eyes resembling piss holes in snow, knocks on my sister's door. Brother-in-law swiftly opened the door, looking pale and sickly as I did. George bolts out the door. 'I don't like that house, Mummy. I don't like that house.' Before I could even open my mouth and blow the sickly smell of tequila shots and mixed with a smell of 3 a.m. doner kebab with chili sauce, the brother-in-law says, 'Your boy's fucking heebie-jeebie. Just after midnight, he comes tottering into the kitchen with my mobile phone, handed it to me, and said, "You should be in bed. And why have you got?" Handed it to me, and I said, "You should be in bed. Why have you got my phone?" George then replies, "I spoke to your brother. He wanted me to say Happy New Year." I looked at my brother-in-law and said I didn't know that inmates were allowed to make calls at that time of the night. Yep, the only brother I knew he had was serving time at Her Majesty's pleasure. They ain't, replied the brother-in-law, looking a petrified shade of Casper. George told me my older brother, and fucking wait for it, you guessed it, was brown bread, my old muckers. He had been dead and buried a good 10 years previous after an RTA. He asked him to tell me Happy New Year. I was concussed and said, what the fuck was his name? David, replied George. Cue theme track to Tales of the Unexpected. Up the motherfucking wires. Excuse the...
He got the name right too.
Yeah, nailed it. He'd never met him.
Oh, shit.
Excuse the failing spelling and lack of punctuation as this goes on. Insomnia's a bitch. It's 4:40 a.m., 4 hours sleep. It's now rocked into night 4. Love the podcast. Love Pooh Town too. Oh, classic. If you know, you know, as mentioned by others. You are now an integral part of a lot of people's daily routines as you take our minds off things like divorce and ex-husbands who are twunts and anyone who's going through shit at the moment. And also, when we're not, we just can't get enough. Fucking Lulu, that is crazy.
Man, can we send Lulu something?
Yeah, totally. A fucking big bunch of sage. A fucking crucifix.
Some crystals. And a Ouija board.
Yeah, fucking
Don't need a Ouija board.
A Ouija board.
Holy heck, they're already there.
Yeah, they are there. Don't even, no point in putting down some old school tech. We've got fucking new school George on the job.
Man, George is a bloody handful. The thing is,
But
George is
shit,
going to
though.
lose that.
Yeah, so fucking let him stay with her. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if the poor prick's not terrified.
Wouldn't you reckon he was actually talking on the cell phone, do you reckon? Must have. Why else would we have got it?
Oh, fuck knows.
Wow. I love that.
But it'd be
We
kind of
never
like...
will, which is
yeah.
why the shit's so good. Bloody hell.
Boy, you're listening to Jay and Dunc on Not For Fucking Radio. Chirp.
Can we bring up this this next piece here? I'm going to call this Sandwich or Genius. And you need to make a decision on whether or not you are down with this sandwich or not.
Is this the guy whose singing voice is outrageously good as well?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
it
this is. I did steal this from some of your prep that's been sitting there for months.
Oh, mate, he's so good. We've got to, what's his name? I've got to get it just so that we can do the bloke justice. This will probably start playing at a fucking million rate of knots. Garen,
that's it.
yeah. And he's talking
Here he
about
is.
shocking sandwiches. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's so good. He must have
Yeah.
ridiculous amount of followers now.
Okay.
This fucking terrifying British sandwich. This is one of the most shocking pieces of footage I've ever seen. We have the pre-chewed peas that English people seem to love. Horrific start, and it's only going to get worse. Enough vinegar to preserve me, and I'm a fat. Wait till you see the time. What the fuck is that? It looks like a fucking skin graft. Why is it so stretchy? That is not done. Did you cook it between your arse cheeks? Gravy all over the fucking place. I'd be less disgusted cutting a body in half. Oh, the cross sections. Pouring more gravy on it. Pies do not go on a sandwich. They're already sort of a sandwich. Follow me. I'm delicious.
He's so good.
I'm down with it.
What? Fuck,
Genius.
Not that one.
Pie sandwich.
Yeah, but not that one.
There's a sandwich, a pie place just out of Cromwell, which is in the South Island of New Zealand, made the news this week. And they've done something that should have been done a long time ago. So as far as their meat pies go, instead, you know how it's normally like tiny bits of meat?
Yeah.
They're basically rolling like it'll be a chunk of brisket in the middle. And then the gravy goes around the outside, or it'll be a chunk of pork belly in the middle. And it looks awesome.
So the rationale in behind this, and I can explain it having worked at Bakels for about 4 years who do the pie awards here. The rationale in behind cutting up meat. So when they went from when they originally, because everyone was like, a
Used to
steak
use
pie.
shit meat, right?
Yeah, well, that used to be trim and offcuts basically, and so that would get put through the mince, and then they're like, oh, we want something to be a bit more substantial, and so then people tried doing the full steak or like doing a whole eye fillet, almost like a beef Wellington, but in a pie, and there was not enough contact with the meat with the gravy, so it was always kind of hard to cook it properly because then you're taking a big chunk out of it, and so if you nail it, there's like a perfect cube size, which is kind of like 1.5 centimeters or fucking 2 centimeter cube, which means that it then gets cooked to the point where it's cooked all the way through, can break down any of the connective tissue, gelatinous stuff, which is normally with that, and also gets gravy contact, which makes it delicious. That pie that he was talking about then is like, fuck me, I've never seen anything worse.
It's been microwaved, you can tell.
But it can't have been microwaved because it was in a aluminium foil thing.
Do you fuck with mashed peas?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What do you do to them?
Which I literally do exactly what it is. I'll mint them and mash them, but I won't fucking puree them like they have in a magic bullet. There's a dude in Auckland whose parents incredible restaurateurs, cafe owners, and so he started his own one called Pie Rollers, and so he does these delicious pies that he makes, which is a whole bunch of his grandmother's recipes. She was fucking wicked. She's the OG. And then he has like a real creamy mash which he puts on top of the pie, pushes it down to make a little fucking sinkhole there, and then fills it up with a delicious homemade gravy. And it's wildly good. He's really, really good. Blokes, he started at the beginning of this year. He's opened 4 Pie Rollers restaurants since then.
That's how you know you're on something good, right?
Yeah, and he sells out every single day.
I reckon, what's the max you pay for a good pie? Remember I was in that on that stag do, and I got a $25 pie that just had the pastry on the top and the pie. Oh, fuck, that made me
That's
angry.
tough, mate.
But a proper pie, I'd max out at $15 if you know it's going to be an absolute, maybe even $18.
They do a Prego pie, which is like $35, which is at a restaurant, but you're paying for a restaurant service, everything that goes with it, and it's fucking top notch and delicious. But if you're going straight out of a warmer, I reckon when you're going north of fucking $10, you're kind of taking the piss because it's not the purpose of a pie.
Yeah, well, if you don't have them that often, I'm prepared to pay more if you know it's going to be fucking top notch. It's not like you have a pie every week. If you haven't had a pie for 3 weeks, you want it to be the fucking greatest pie ever made.
Yeah. There was one down south, I think it might have been at that Fairley Bakery, and it was
Fairly good pies?
Fairly good pies. This thing here was like fucking $100, and it was a crayfish, like a crayfish bisque with...
I saw that in the news, yeah.
Like the most expensive pie in New Zealand, but it looked bloody delicious. Yeah.
No,
well, yeah.
There you go.
Definitely. I was. This is something that's I've been mulling over for quite some time. My kids are an age now where they go to a big kids' school. They're in a uniform. It's a uniform school, and so they have Mufti Day. Mufti Day is generally seen as a fundraising thing. Most kids bring $1 or $2 or whatever it is. Stretch out.
Pay $1 and you get to dress like you're not in the 1940s.
Yeah, and I love, for the record, I love school uniforms because it's just one extra thing that particularly a young male mind doesn't have to think about when they get out of bed in the morning. And also it's the great leveler. It doesn't have any disparity on your economic background, which I think is really, really important because all the extra shit that normally kids have to go through, it's fucking nightmarish. Anyway, I digress. So Mufti Day rolls around. Always interesting to see what kids turn up in. I remember my first ever Mufti Day at Tauranga Boys College. So I was in an accelerated learning class, believe it or not. And so I was surrounded by fucking very intelligent people. I don't know how I managed to get in there. Somehow managed to get in there. And so you've got an expectation of how very smart people dress, like so.
Well, you see them operate, and you're like, I don't know, working bloody a calculus equation out, and you're like, I bet they do that in the weekend. That's why they're so good.
So I was thinking,
probably ripping cones on the weekend.
Yeah, I was thinking that they were, for the majority of the class, were going to turn up in like short sleeve shirts with like fucking knitted jerkins over the top of it. It's a fucking corduroy pants and some fucking barter bullets or something. Yeah, exactly. And lo and behold, they turn up and like half the class are wearing fucking Cannibal Corpse and like Deicide t-shirts, which is like fucking pretty heavy metal.
Yeah, great.
Black jeans, Doc Martens, bogan spec, fucking out the roof. I was like, fuck, I didn't see that coming. But it was always great to see the cross-section of people at school. The surfies would come surfy, the jocks would turn up with fucking stubbies on and just
You instantly,
no pockets.
actually, even in New Zealand, it instantly turns into a little bit like an American movie.
Yeah.
We've got all the different
The
classes,
jocks,
all
the
groups,
bogans, the fucking homies,
the
everyone.
sporties, the farmers.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm driving out to go for a surf the other day, and I drive past a high school. I'm not going to name the high school because it's a fucking rough, but it's in West Auckland. And fuck, they had a Mufti day on. Either that or the senior students get to go to school and whatever it was. And so once again, I think it's a fascinating cross section of society which is operating, and there's kids wearing normal fucking clothes in it there. And then I see this motherfucker walking to school, and he had slippers on, like fucking woolen slippers on, you know, like ones he'd mince around the house in, had clearly had pajama pants on, and then was running a Nike compression wear top and a fucking Nike balaclava, like the fucking Roadman fucking setup, and a backpack. I was like, if that motherfucker turned up in my class wearing that shit, I'd spin him on his heels and tell him to go and get fucking dressed into some clothes. Because even though it's not like school is your job as a kid, and so you present how you want to be.
Now they don't understand that shit.
But I fucking did. You did.
No, you didn't.
I fucking 100% did. Like you
went to a boarding school. That's
no, this is Tauranga boys. You turn up, and this is your first basically opportunity to show people how you operate, and it's to express yourself. What the fuck is that kid expressing?
He'll get his beans in 10 years' time, and he looks back at his photos from high school and he'll probably be thinking the same way you're thinking now. And
also, like, not that it's. If you are, and I say this to my kids all the time, while you're in my house, I fucking own you. You are property of me, you know? And so, like, you are a reflection of me, you're a reflection of this family, how you operate, how you conduct yourself, how you dress, everything. And there's an expectation. We have a standard, which is fucking rich coming from me because I dress like a 14-year-old myself. But there's no way that my kid is leaving with a fucking balaclava on, a compression shirt, pajama pants and slippers to go to school.
This is the issue with kids having part-time jobs and their own money.
But that's the other thing.
If the parents bought them a balaclava, I got fucking questions for them too. I ain't buying my kids balaclavas.
Yeah. It's just like
hell, even if they're like, I want to become a professional burglar, I ain't buying them one.
I remember vividly, this is once again aging myself out. And we were I remember it vividly, and I was young because we moved to Tauranga when I was like 5, so I'd have been 4 at best. How old's Herb?
4.
Yeah. So at his age, so we were at the beach and we'd just fucking cruise off. And so at Opunaki Beach in Taranaki, there's a road that comes up off the beach and it winds back up into Opunaki Township. I don't know, it seemed like a big hill when I was a kid, but I can imagine it's not that big a hill. Anyway, we're sitting on the road, sitting on the side of the road, and we're waving at all these cars that would go past. And this car full of fucking bad motherfuckers.
Leather-wearing people?
Yes. People that enjoy motorcycles and meth dealing, basically came past in this fucking beaten up car, and we waved, and all of them pulled the fingers out the window to us.
Yeah.
And in my squeaky little 4-year-old voice was like, don't pull the fingers at us. Picks get hit, and it comes tearing back fucking in reverse. And it's like, what the fuck did you say, motherfucker, to like a 4-year-old? These are grown-ass men. I was like, I'm sorry. Anyway, so I go down. So I was like, they peeled off and we're like, let's get the fuck out of here. So I ran back down, fucking ran up to my dad and was like, I was like, fuck, these guys said, like, sweared at me and said they could fucking beat me up. And he goes, well, stop being such a fucking cheeky little shit then. You won't get a fucking hiding. Like, that was the level of involvement that was happening. Like, don't try and be an adult. Like, obviously, they were pulling the fingers. What the fuck did I expect was going to happen? Don't pull the fingers at me. What are you going to fucking do about it, you little piece of shit?
It's so good.
There was, basically what I'm saying is there was...
This is the first kink in the railway tracks for Reeve.
Yeah, there was consequences to every action.
Yeah.
And now you see these Suron gangs fucking rolling around just harassing the fuck out of everyone, and no one does shit. Run a couple of those motherfuckers over, put them under the wheel, and see how everyone gets on.
You know, what you're saying is there's a case for, I wouldn't call it a pimp cane, a walking stick.
Yeah.
I saw a guy with one today. One of them motherfuckers steals your iPhone, you throw that through their front spokes. eat shit, then you steal their bloody bike off them, and then you're in the top seat.
Hey, well, this is I heard this conversation, and I'm not gonna say that I fully subscribe to it, but if you were to get what looked to be a cell phone, and it was actually a miniature explosive device.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so
it's a hypothetical situation.
And you use them as bait phones, hold them up to your ear, someone comes past and grabs them, and then you just go, dit, 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 boom, and blow their fucking hand off. They're going to stop stealing phones, aren't they? Are they not?
Well,
in other countries, you get caught stealing some shit. I've been sent something where some guy gets his hand hacked off with an axe.
Oh.
That motherfucker's not stealing anything again, I can tell you that.
Well, if he does, it's only going to be one more time. It's slow learner. Fuck.
Hey, fellas. When that fizz level's getting low, that cheese is about to slide right off that cracker, chuck on some Jay and Dunc. Not for radio. It's the runaway for your ear holes. Up the mother hickin' one.
My sister's just sent me a photo of when I smoked too much and greened out in a Euphoria hoodie on the beach. I don't know why she's going, look at me, blonde tips. That's me with hair, dog.
She
Did myself an absolute mischief that day. What an idiot.
You look like fucking Elf. I gotta keep my cats away from you, you weird fuck. The Melmacian race.
Okay, I'm weary of time here.
Can I do? I've got my
war story.
War story to go.
Yeah, we did. I'm a big fan of teasing and doing, not teasing and teasing.
Okay, so Mike the Sniper from Derbyshire in the UK under the category of sex. Greetings, fellas and fellette. Little yarn for you today about the dangers of hooking up with strangers. It was during my time in the military in the early 2000s. I was stationed in Norfolk in the UK, living a fair few hours away from where I was stationed. I didn't have a car at the time, so when we got weekend leave, it wasn't really viable for me to travel home. So I'd sometimes crash at a mate's house who lived closer. This one particular weekend, one of the lads, let's call him Chris because that's his fucking name, had his 19th birthday and was having a bit of a bash at his house a few miles from the base. So on Saturday morning, a load of us piled into a few cars, went to the party location. He told us he had the house to himself for the night, only his two brothers would be there. So on arrival, we promptly set about prepping the house for the party, balloons, banners, cakes. Nah, not really. Went to the local supermarket, filled our trolleys with crates of piss, spirits, and enough barbecue meat to keep a fucking T-Rex happy. Yes. And decided that if we got hungry later, we'd order a fuckload of pizzas from the famous pizza shop that rhymes with Flomino's.
I'm a big fan of that. Please keep doing that when you send your stories in.
Oh, it's the grey area. That's where we operate.
Yeah.
Other pizza establishments do exist, but that's the one we went for. Back at the house, we started on the tin straight away. Pint cans of Stella. Oh, fuck. Those are great. Used to fucking have one of those every afternoon when I'd hop on the tube to go back to my sister's place.
Delish.
They were the starting drink of choice. So the party started swinging pretty fucking early, and the night went well. Nothing too dramatic, a few puke stains and spilt drinks, a noise complaint from the neighbours, but nothing police-worthy. As the early hours came around, people left, some hooked up and disappeared, but this is where my night took a turn. I went into the kitchen to top up my drink, and in there was a gorgeous, previously unseen party guest. Who was this fair maiden? Long blonde hair, short leather skirt, full leg rose tattoo, red wine in hand, smiling as I walked in. Hi, she said. Hi, I replied.
Uh-oh.
Where have you been hiding all night, I asked. Oh, here and there, she said.
She's like a Venus flytrap you just discovered.
The rest of the evening's chat was flirty and full of innuendo. But when I went to take a piss, she disappeared, gone from my life. Or so I thought. I was sleeping in a spare room that night, so with no one left to chat to, I decided it was time for bed. I hadn't been in bed long when the door opened, and in the light of the corridor outside, I could see a familiar female shape with long blonde hair. It was the mystery woman. As she closed the door and the room went dark, I heard the recognisable noises of somebody disrobing. Howly fucking Luya. Warm and naked, she climbed into bed next to me. Fucking radio boys, get a warm flannel. Shit's starting to spice up here. I'll bore you with the sort of details. Fuck.
Well, you kind of know. We've seen it before.
But she rode me like a fucking Shetland pony until my eyes rolled back and I could see the inside of my own fucking skull. A very short and unimpressive time later, once we had both achieved enlightenment, I went to drain the main vein, as we men must do, and going back into the room, I see her gorgeous, naked, tattooed ass lying in my bed. Had a quick look around to see if there was anyone else who could fucking high-five me, but alas, no. Next morning, I woke to find her gone. Was it a dream? Had this goddess been a figment of my alcohol-fueled imagination? I hope not. I went downstairs to find Chris and his older brother sitting at the kitchen table. Coffee's on the pot. Powley said, coffee's on the pot, he said. So I sat listening to their stories of the party, waiting to give them my high-five story. And then I saw her coming down the stairs. First the thigh tattoo, then the long blonde hair. She walks into the kitchen. Hi, boys. Then it happened. My heart fucking sunk. As Chris said, oh, hi, Mum. When did you... Yes! Woo! Fucking my man. My man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hi, Mum. When did you get home? What the absolute fuck? I looked at him, then I looked at her, then back at him. Is this your mum? I said in disbelief. Yes, he said. Mum, this is Mike. Mike, Mum. She said hi with a wink, and we never said a word. Needless to say, he never found out, and I didn't get my fucking high five either. I never got one on all the other times I went back there on various weekends either. And I definitely didn't get one when I spent most of Chris's 3-month deployment keeping her company. Oh, you fucking grub! Does this make me a bad human? Well, let's be honest. I wouldn't be sending this yarn to you pair of fucking crook fucks if it wasn't. Keep up the good work, boys. I fucking love you. I love you. Good man. Showboss
People have needs.
Fuck, yes. Bogging up the old girl, that's great stuff.
He's away on deployment. Oh, man.
Fucking good, man. What? And, I mean, you wouldn't want him to find out, but if she's in fucking good nick and is enjoying herself, why the fuck shouldn't she be just getting filled up?
That's probably a better way of putting it, Jay.
I mean,
making love.
Well, I don't know if they are making love. They might just be straight fucking, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Whatever they're doing, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And on that note, what's going to be our winner? I mean, that was pretty good.
Motherfucker.
Is it motherfucker or Black and Decker Pecker? It's like that's got to be a draw today, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no participation awards here. Those are just two cracking stories.
Oh, man.
One of them fucking drilled his drill bit.
This is one of those episodes, and we say it from time to time, if you been banging on about it and people don't know where to start with an episode, just let them dip their toes into this episode. Add a bit of everything. Super fun, some wild shit, and that's what this podcast is all about. And if you've got to the end of this episode and you're now one of those people, welcome on in.
Yeah.
You're a sniper now, officially. Once again, amazing to have another winner on the show today. Couple of things. We're on YouTube now. For very, very soon, YouTube's going to be able to have all the Sniper Elite episodes unlocked. Some people like watching.
Yeah, it turns out fucking heaps of people.
It's almost 50-50 at the moment.
50% of people that listen to the podcast are watching it. That's you.
So,
where the fuck are you watching this, is my question. You sit at home.
Well, it's two
TV.
screens at work or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if that's your jam, you'll be able to get all of the back catalogue unlocked on YouTube. Same price as what we do for the Sniper Elite subscriptions. That unlocks the 250 other episodes.
And if you are looking at this right now, you'll see how resplendent Duncan looks in the Not For Radio Sunnies, which we've had a re-up on because they fucking flew out the door in the first place. Doesn't he look good? Obviously, you won't understand this if you just listen to this, but the Not For Radio Sunnies restocked.
Yeah, they hiss, man. Thank you very much for joining us. Whatever you're up to for your weekend, have an absolute ripper. We bloody love doing this. We love having you listening. Go well, go long,
and up the wise.